Hey guys, what's up? This is Brian with Bear Cards 34. This is part 2 of my throwback of 1991 Pinnacle, which is a Score brand from back in the day. I opened the first half just recently with the hopes of potentially finishing a set that I first started way back in 1991 as a kid. At the time, I needed 55 cards to complete the set, but I never purchased another pack, and here we are decades later, and I purchased a box online for about 20 bucks. The cards that I'm hoping for are some of the big Hall of Famers, and I did get two of the ones I was looking for. I was hoping for Barry Sanders and Jerry Rice, and did get those. Still looking for a few, but as you can see here, my list, it was kind of hit or miss. Plenty of cards still needed, especially, yeah, you can really tell right here. What I needed at the time was 55 to complete the set. I ended up, so far, with half the box opened, I did get 18 of the cards that I needed, including this Barry Sanders. These are the other ones I needed for my set that I'll be able to put into the book, which will be nice for sure. Hoping I can get a few more today. And yeah, so anyway, it's a nice little product. Nothing major, no subset cards. There aren't any major rookies. Brett Favre is not included in this set. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead now and rip into the second half of this. And if you see in the back here, these are the cards that I am most hoping to get. The Pinnacle card for Montana, LT, Marino, Jerry Rice, and Troy Aikman. So let's go ahead and get started and see how we do. I don't have highest of hopes now at completing the set. I think there's just too many needed, but we'll definitely keep an eye out. All right, Jackie Slater. All right, Rodney Hampton. And this is a Idols Ronnie Lott, Charlie Taylor. I believe this is, who is this? Brian Noble of the Packers. And this here talks about him being an avid outdoorsman and fisherman, and I believe he worked for that station in the off season. All right, so there's our first pack there. So for those of you who watched the first video, I kind of give a little bit of a recap of the set itself. As you can see, we have two pictures on the front. You get a third picture on the back. We've got right here Thurman Thomas, Hall of Famer. Keith Byers. All right, this is one of the cards I needed. This is nice, because it's a Chicago Bear. Jim Harbaugh, I'm sure many of you are familiar with him as a coach now in the NFL and in college. So that's one of the cards I needed. Very nice to see that. Dino Hackett, Quinn Early. Okay, Mark Ingram, Sr. His son is on the Ravens right now. And Tunch Ilkin, Gary Zimmerman, Chris Spielman, Treadwell. Okay, so 2 packs in. Definitely a couple of those cards look new, like don't look familiar to me. So I'm hoping that this half of the box will be a little more favorable for me potentially. Irving Fryer, he was a great player. Ellard, another great one. Haywood Jeffries, he had 100 catches. Probably the year after this, maybe. Anyway, that was pretty rare at the time, so I remember the year he did that it was a pretty big deal. Nowadays, it's common for quite a few people. Brownie Nagel, rookie. Dan McGuire. So this right here, this is Mark McGuire's brother. He was a first-round draft pick of Seattle. Did not do much, unfortunately. In fact, didn't do really anything at all. I remember he's one of the tallest. I don't remember how tall he is, but he's one of if not the tallest quarterback to play in the NFL. But just didn't do anything. And Ray Childress, sideline. Looks like maybe a farmer, cattle. All right, next pack. It's kind of nice going through these, you know, trip down memory lane. Right here, James Brooks. This is one of my all-time favorite players. I loved James Brooks. He started with the Chargers and then was traded to the Bengals and just had a great career. And I remember reading an article when I was a kid where they talked about him, you know, being like a fine wine that he just seemed to get better with age. All right, I don't think I had that card, so that's good with Andre Reed. So anyway, yeah, James Brooks was one of those guys I just loved as a kid. John Washington, Dennis Byrd, Murray. So these idol cards are pretty cool. So right here, I like this one. Okay, so this is Kevin Mack and Ernest Biner. So Kevin Mack saying Ernest Biner was his idol. And they were teammates too. I mean, they played at the same time. It's kind of funny. They make it look like Biner played well before him, but they're actually teammates. And I think it was 1985. They both ran for 1,000 yards apiece for the same team. Pretty impressive. So we've got a bobsledding with Richard Tarditz. Bobsled. All right. Let's see if we can pull a Montana. Montana and Rice are the two I'd like most, but I'd be happy with any of those guys that I mentioned before. Pat Swilling, then the rookie cards. Man, do those look familiar? We had that exact same one just a minute ago. All right, so this one is kind of notable. This is Steve Jordan, who is saying here his idol was actually a basketball player, Oscar Robinson. That's kind of cool. And Kevin Green, Hall of Famer. So it mentions here, son of a military man, Kevin joined the Army Reserves when he was a senior in high school in '79 and just stayed in. Very cool. All right, woo, there we go. That's one of the ones I was looking for. So very happy to get that one. So we've got our Jerry right here. Very cool. Okay. Now if we could get a Montana, that would be just nice. William, the Refrigerator Perry. Boomer Esiason. Daryl Moose Johnson. Mark Super Duper. Mike Monchak. All right. Very happy to get the Jerry. Very nice. So in the last pack, Barry and Michael Irvin were the two top pulls for me as far as that goes. And I also got a rookie card of Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's dad. Rodney Peete. Kevin Ross. Lawrence Dossie, rookie. Ernie Mills. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. There we go. Ed McCaffrey. So there were not a lot of big names in that rookie class. You know, like I said, Favre was not a part of that. Look at that haircut. Man, I miss the 90s. Very cool. Greg Lewis. I don't know that I had that necessarily. Mike Tice. He's been a head coach as well. Will Wolford. Tom Tupa. All right. All right, next pack, we've got Odoms, Pinkett, Chris Miller. He kind of had the potential. It started to look like he was going to maybe be something, and then wasn't. But all right, Richard Dent again from first half of the pack. I got this card before as well, but I'm very happy to have a double of that. Barry Sanders, game winners. Boy, he sure ended up with a lot more yards than that, didn't he? And yeah, I have no doubt he would be the leading rusher of all time had he stayed and played. You got Spencer Tillman. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get a Marino or Montana in here. Well, we did get a Sam Mills, and I know that that's one of the cards I needed. So that's nice to see. Oh, you know what? I needed this too. Jay Hilgenberg, Chicago Bears. So there's a couple. Oh, man, there we go. All right, I needed this card too. Maybe this is one of those packs that has all the cards I need. I'd be okay with that. There's 3 so far for sure. Gary Plummer. Oh, in fact, let's go ahead and put... oh, glad I put that on the sleeve first. There we go. Dan Marino. Brian Noble. I needed this card as well, David Alexander. So this is a good pack for me right here. Got quite a few. Yeah, look at that. Ed McCaffrey. This is, okay, Wesley Walker and Altoon, maybe? Yeah, there we go. A couple of the Jets greats. Daryl Talley and Ted Hendricks, Idols. Another nice one. Okay, that was a very, very good pack for me as far as building this set. The question's going to be, how many cards am I going to need? And will I decide to maybe try to fill it out by buying a handful of the remainder online or not? I'm not sure. Brian Mitchell, I needed that card as well. Great returner. Mark Clayton, I needed that card as well. So, okay, and I needed David Johnson. And I needed that. Okay, so, yeah, these last couple packs are definitely filling out with some of those cards that I needed. So that's definitely good to see. Eric Swan, rookie card. Oh, I needed this card as well. Tom Newberry. Bubba McDowell. Okay, that's another good pack as far as set building. And back in these times, you know, in 1991, that was kind of what people did. You know, there weren't a lot of brands. At this point, there were starting to be more, you know, so 1987, 1988, it was just, basically it was just Topps. And then after that, Pro Set and Score and Action Packed kind of jumped in. And then before you knew it, there were a whole bunch of different brands. Okay, this is one of the cards that I needed right here, Eric Bieniemy. And I don't know when you will be watching this video, but I do believe someday in the near future, he's going to be a head coach. I needed this card too. Great, yeah. So this second half is definitely bringing up much more. Wow, isn't that a great name, Brian? Ooh. All right. But this is definitely bringing up much more of the, you know, the cards that I needed from the set there. So, anyway, as I was mentioning though, you know, back in the day it was all about building sets because, you know, a PC of a certain player, like for example, Walter Payton's my favorite player of all time. But you know, he'd have one card a year, maybe two if you counted those 1,000-yard clubs that they did. And even those didn't start until 1986, I think. Roger Craig, nice card there. So anyway, sets were the big thing. It was about collecting the sets. Now, obviously, it's more about collecting, you know, your PC, the players, or the team that you're most into, which definitely makes sense for the way the hobby has gone these days. But back then, this was kind of what you would, you know, be looking for. So, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs left. Still trying to get a Troy Aikman, Joe Montana, and Lawrence Taylor. Oh, there we go. See, I just need to say their names a little bit more, and we'll have them make an appearance. It's a very nice card. I like this one. Definitely one of the all-time greats. Very cool. All right. Needed this card too. Man, this guy's in prison for life. You can read up on him if you want. That was an interesting story. Steve Young in the same pack with Montana. Very cool. Bieniemy again. Okay, yeah. So this is Boomer Esiason, and I believe that's Burt Jones. He was a quarterback for the Colts. Man, look at that hair. Holy cow. All right. And right here, here's another cool one. Teammates as well. Rodney Hampton just at the beginning of his career, and then Otis O.J. Anderson nearing the end. Nice card there. I don't think I had that one. All right. Next pack. Should we just say Troy Aikman so we get it? What do you think? I don't know. Derek Thomas, one of the all-time greats. Man, I loved watching him play. He had 7 sacks in one game against the Seahawks, and it was just absolutely amazing. They just could not stop him no matter what they did. Oh, let's, oh, man. Don't know what that was. Something on the card there. Okay, I know I didn't have this card, so Keith Henderson. And did not have this card either. Ricky Jackson, Hall of Famer. All right, good to see a few more fresh cards. Andre Tippett, he was a great Patriot. Back when the Patriots weren't all that good, so I had nothing against them. You know, then they become a dynasty and win everything all the time, and, you know, kind of fun to root against them at that point. John Freese, Rob Burnett, Tim McKyer. I remember he did quite well with the 49ers for a while there. Andy Heck, watch your language. Ted Washington. Michael Stonebreaker. What a great name for a football player, right? Leonard Russell. So this guy, I think he was Offensive Rookie of the Year, ran for over 900 yards. His yards per carry was never great, and then it just kept going down. So didn't do too much after that, if I remember correctly. All right, so this is just a Super Bowl card for the year. All right. 3 packs to go. Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it. If you have any comments or any memories, nostalgic memories of your own junk wax era card collecting, feel free to drop me a comment. Also, if you're interested, feel free to like and subscribe. Always nice to keep in touch that way with fellow collectors in the hobby. McMahon, Herschel. All right, so definitely seeing some duplicate cards in that one. All right, next up will be second to last pack. Okay, Bobby Hebert, Cornelius Bennett, Jesse Tuggle. This guy was a tackle machine, I remember. David Little, Stan Brock, Clarence Verdun. I don't think I have that card. Stonebreaker again, Washington, Lamar Rogers. Okay, I did not have this card. That's good. That's Mark Carrier for the Bears, and then Ronnie Lott for the Niners. Mark Carrier was a Defensive Rookie of the Year, made a couple Pro Bowls early on in his career, and then he kind of started to drift a little after that, but it was definitely a good player for the Bears for a while. All right, our last pack. Still looking for Lawrence Taylor and Troy Aikman. Be happy with either of those if we could finish it out. Greg Townsend. All right, Herschel Walker. Now, I did not have this card, so that's nice to get Herschel. Jeff George. Ken O'Brien. Neon Deion Sanders. Man, he was fun to watch. Mark Murphy. Bernstein. Hall of Famer Charles Haley. Brian Brennan. I think I needed that card too. Clay Matthews. Father of the other Clay Matthews. All right, so definitely enjoyed the rip. You know, obviously I would have liked to have pulled Taylor and Aikman. So definitely I did not finish the set. But I may come back to this and maybe fill it up just by buying a few singles. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again next time around. In the meantime, happy hunting, and I'll talk to you later.